Dream tickets are less than a day away, on top of some OG Prisma poster boys invading our nostalgia to give Master Duel servers a much needed break. Personally, my favorite artwork for both Prince's Backup Dancer and the Pikachu of Yu-Gi-Oh! Always woke me up at night having to use the Sidemen artwork for both, no disrespect. However, I endured being trenched so many times enough for Konami to finally reward me for my persistence. But in other news, 1,000 gems and I'm blowing for another copy of Derek Crane, straight up. And Dream tickets! I made this video before, in fact it was my third video, but it's garbage, it's power crap, don't watch it, pretty cringe in comparison to my newer content, which is also levels of cringe, just a little bit less so that's how you know. Anyway, what should you use your dream ticket on? I think the first immediate answer to this question is optimal staples that see play in a multitude of different decks. This of course includes Mystical Space Typhoon, Floodgate Trap Hole, Sphere Karibo, you get the idea. But how do you choose one over the other? And of course it simply comes down to what decks you play and what decks you want to play. If you're going for more of the roided up Naruto Uzumaki main character rage spam, getting rid of pesky fox traps is necessary then, such as Black Wings as an example, and objectively speaking, Mystical Space Typhoon has more pros than cons than Cosmic Cyclone, but Cosmic Cyclone is a good option, especially with Phantom Knights running around, and because of that, in fact, I think Cosmic Cyclone is the better choice for the current meta, but Mystical Space Typhoon is probably the better choice for the long run. Now, if you're more on the
I will find you, and I will kill you,
slow cooking kind of death stew type of deck building, maybe Abyss Actors or Harpies or something that doesn't play quite as quick, and like Harpies don't really need back row removal. Multiple Book of Moon will never do you wrong, or Floodgate Trap Hole, which is really strong in this meta and to me is the second best trap card in the game. Yes, Treacherous Trap Hole is first, probably the best choice for your super rare dream ticket next to Forbidden Chalice if you don't have it, but you know how I feel about that. Anyway, if I had to rank the ultra rare staples in a top 5 for the current meta, it looked like this: Book of Moon, Cosmic Cyclone, Mystical Space Typhoon, Floodgate Trap Hole, Forbidden Lance. If you don't have 2 or 3 of any of these cards, I don't think that there's going to be any regret in choosing any of them. And as for ranking the super rare staples, it'd go like this: Treacherous Trap Hole, Forbidden Chalice, Malevolent Sin, Karma Cut, and Lightning Vortex. Malevolent Sin is a good example of an extra deck staple to keep in mind, but don't forget about cards like Abyss Dweller, Steel Swarm Roach, or Utopia Ray, since you unfortunately will not be able to use this ticket on Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon. Really assess the deck you are trying to build or want to start the process of building. Check Duel Links meta, check Discord deck servers, communicate with other players, and you'll figure out which of these staples is best for you and the deck that you're playing or building. Now, outside of staples is where it gets a little weirder. This is where we arrive to the frontmen, as in archetypal powerhouses. Think of Infernity Archfiend, Berserkion, Blackwing Simoon the Poison Wind. Oftentimes, it is the best main deck card for an archetype and allows the deck to even function. Infernities and Blackwings just wouldn't work without those powerhouse cards, and Magnet Warriors would lack a point without Berserkion. You can normally tell if they look pissed, they're probably your guy. But with these powerhouses, let's talk about the meta. Alas, Phantom Knights are off limits for this dream ticket, but there's Mellow Madonna for Abyss Actors on the super rare ticket, but also Superstar for the ultra rare ticket, but I don't think he's good enough to justify using a dream ticket on despite how good Abyss Actors are. But on the super rare ticket note, Harpy Channeler and Perfumer are fine picks since Harpies are going to be meta forever, apparently. And that of course brings Cyber Slash into the ultra rare conversation. Buster Whelp is a great choice for Buster Blader decks, not super easy to get, and his box is pretty trash. And that brings up another thing to keep in mind too: how good is the box that the card comes from? Because if it's a really good box like Dark Dimension, if you wanted Thunder Dragonhawk as an example, then maybe don't use the dream ticket on Thunder Dragonhawk, since digging through that box to get him is going to get you a whole bunch of other good things of value, so it's it's more worth it to go through the box and use your dream ticket on something else that would be begrudgingly annoying to get. Tamer Winda is a good pick for ritual beasts, and I've always said good things about Water Exceed being a consistently strong deck that doesn't overstep its boundaries, so it's never been nerfed, and at this point I don't think it ever will be. So Deep Sea Diva is a good and very safe pick. But don't forget about Elemental Hero Stratos, the front man of frontmen. He's one of the better picks because he's a powerhouse for multiple decks. All hero variants, of course, but at the end of the day, different decks regardless. So if I had to rank archetypal powerhouse cards in the current meta, it'd go like this: Tamer Winda, Stratos, Berserkion, Deep Sea Diva, and Buster Whelp. And for super rares, kind of like this: Mellow Madonna, RP Channeler / Perfumer, Magnets Alpha / Gamma, Atlantean Heavy Infantry, and Buster Blader the Destruction Swordsman. So with all of that being said and over with, enjoy your dream ticket, enjoy the gems, enjoy the front men and their front man artwork, and I will see you in my next video.